farmers, sons of merchants became merchants, and so on and so forth. But, you know, the choice has become a modern birthright, and it's increasingly rare to see a chip fall off the old block, as you would say, in the world. But on this Father's Day, Bill Weir, who's celebrating it off with his daughter today, he's going to show us that legacy can provide a powerful bond, especially when it's devoted to public service and then repeated over 4 generations.
If only John Flanagan were alive to see this. His bloodline lined up in a sweltering Harlem firehouse more than 100 years after he joined the New York City Fire Department.
Every time I went to the firehouse when my dad was working, I hated to leave, you know?
What did he say when you told him you wanted to follow in his footsteps?
My dad, he was very happy.
That sentiment has been repeated twice. Kevin followed Thomas.
I saw that he was very happy in what he did.
Daniel and Brian followed Kevin.
He never complained about going to work, ever.
He used to come to work with him, you know, ride on the rig, and I don't know, I just thought that was like the greatest thing ever.
They are proof that if you want your child to follow your path, love your path, hazards and all. In this job, fire isn't the half of it. They see suicide attempts, train accidents, and explosions, a nightly array of human despair.
But then you see some great things too, you know, the childbirths, the people who are appreciative of what you do.
One morning, Kevin went into a burning apartment to save an autistic 10-year-old boy. He was nominated for a commendation, but refuses to accept any credit alone.
My wife said to me, you know, you saved that boy's life. You know, I look at it as we saved him, you know? That's how I feel.
The Flanagans work in different firehouses, but they all live in the same house.
Thank you.
With a wife, mother, and daughter-in-law all rolled into one.
I am very proud of who they are and who they've become, and would never ask them to do anything but what they do.
Brian was going to work one night, and she looked at me and she goes, how come 30 years with you, I never really worried about you going to work, but my son's going to work and I'm worrying about him?
Given what you've seen, make you nervous at all about these two?
No. The chips will fall where they may, you know. There isn't a guy on this job that would tell you that he's the next person to get killed.
What kind of father is he?
He's the nicest guy you'd ever meet. Excellent role model. You know, I mean, he's made it this far, so I figured I couldn't go wrong, you know. Just trying to mold myself to be, you know, half as good a man as he is. You know, I'd be all right, I think, you know.
Business calls. All right.
Since this house responded to some 5,000 calls last year, this interruption is no surprise, and somehow they all stay seated.
Right in the middle of that emotional story, Kevin.
The tears were coming.
Yeah, tears were coming. They're saved by the bell, literally. What's the one thing your father taught you that stuck with you?
Well, my father always said they were the greatest guys in the world that worked in the fire department.
It's okay to be kind and caring and a good person.
Just be a nice guy.
You teach him respect. You teach him to do the right thing, as was taught to me.
Wouldn't that patriarch who's passed be proud of
Classic
his
American
family?
story. Beautiful, huh?
Really.
I know we're weeping over here.
Yeah, we don't get saved by the fire bell like they did in the piece.